We're live.
You're live. We are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's prize-filled edition of the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I am the Athletic Geek, joined once again by Jedi Jason Kruger. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to give away. We've got the results of a contest. But first things first, if you've never seen this show before, this is the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. Jedi and I have been watching wrestling together for over 15 years. We love wrestling. We love talking wrestling with other passionate wrestling fans. However, we're fans just like each and every one of you. We try to avoid insider terms because at the end of the day, we're not insiders, we're not experts. We are just two marks.
True.
And, well, we had a little bit of a... Oh, we got somebody in the chat already.
It is live.
It is live. Hello, everyone.
I see you.
Yep, this is live. SCU. And, well, we had a little giveaway. We had everybody pick the results of their predictions for
Full gear.
AEW Full Gear. And he's not in the chat now, but he is a regular contributor to our chat. Raybo, who entered on Instagram, was the only person to pick perfect.
Impressive.
So he
I wasn't. That's for sure.
Yeah, neither was I. I went with my heart over my head. In second place is Glenn Smith, who entered on Facebook. So he was the only one. Ray won with 11 points. Glenn was second with 10. And then our tie for third place, let me pull up the pages here again, was the November Manhausen, who entered on Twitter, and Bob Caruso, who entered on Facebook. So that is the tie for third place, and we have here in the Upside Down Wrestling is Forever cap. The Matt Cross cap that I bought from him at StarCast last year. We have both those names entered into the hat, and we will pick us a winner. The winner, the third place winner, will receive a random comic book and this picture of D'Lo Brown. And the winner is Bob Caruso. Bob Caruso on Facebook. Sorry, November Manhausen, but we appreciate your you coming in. So you are the winner of this picture of D'Lo Brown. Got this picture of D'Lo Brown. Be down with the Brown. And Jedi, if you could reach into the box of comics. Drum roll, please. You got New 52 Superman number 17. So yeah, when you watch this, be sure to on Facebook or Instagram DM me your address or something like that to you, and you will get both of these. So congratulations, Bob. Now,
All right.
we have for second place. It is another random comic book and a random figure. We'll do the comic book first. This is Glenn Smith. Obi the Kid. Cody messed me up. Yep. All right. But you won. You won. So Ray, we haven't drawn your prize yet, Ray.
Third place is not bad.
Third place is not bad. And you also get a random picture of D'Lo Brown, so there you go.
That's right.
All right, comic book for
second place.
Second place comic book. Let's say, Glenn, you win Green Lantern Corps, number 18 in the New 52. And your figure?
That's 1, 3, 2, 1. Actually, what we got? Hey.
You won Kane!
It's gotta be Kane.
It's gotta be Kane! Alright. So you get this Green Lantern figure and a Kane. No, you don't. You didn't get Kane. You got this. Unless I got you mixed up with somebody else. You got, yeah. You got,
Yes.
Obi, if you're Bob Caruso, you get,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
You get this Superman comic book and this picture of D'Lo Brown. That's what you want.
And
Sorry.
second place.
Second place, Glenn Smith. I don't believe he's in chat.
Smith.
He wins Green Lantern Corps number 18 and Kane. And now, Ray.
All right.
It's you, Ray.
Come here. Come.
You have won All New X Factor number 2. Oh, no, he has t-shirt. You know,
I thought it was both. Was it?
we can throw in a figure. We can throw in a figure for him, too.
Okay.
Why not? Driving home from work right now? Well, he won All New X Factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get this grand prize. We'll get the whole shebang.
Woohoo!
And you've won a pre-New Day Big E figure. And it's size large, so there's only large t-shirts in there. So
large t-shirts. Shrink or grow. How many
you got one. You got one right there. Let's see.
There we go.
And sticking on the comic book theme, this Vigilante Club Stephen Amell Bullet Club
Oh,
t-shirt.
that's kind of cool. Damn.
Yeah.
Crossing over a couple of my fandoms there.
Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah.
That is all of our, to the November Manhausen, who tied for third. I apologize that you didn't get third place, but we really appreciate you playing. And hey, next week we're doing NXT Takeover. We may not have enough T-shirts to do a T-shirt giveaway, but we definitely can do the comics and the
figures. Yep.
and the figures and the whatnot. So yeah, definitely. Be sure, all of our winners, DM me on the social medias for your addresses so we can get these prizes out to you. Woo! And yeah, let's get into the show. Let's start with Raw.
Let's start with Raw. Okay, we can do that. I got my quick Cliff Notes version here. So the biggest takeaway from Raw is that Raw is superior to NXT UK in every way.
Yeah. Remember how I complained about how Imperium
Yes.
was just destroyed?
Yes.
This was fucking a vacation compared, or that was a vacation compared to what we got on Monday night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good
See,
Lord.
that one, when you were complaining, I was like, I was kind of devil advocate. Well, it might be all right. This happened, I was like, no, it's not all right.
This is not all right.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say on that. The Imperium got destroyed, and
I mean, Seth versus Walter was a good match. Excuse me.
mm-hmm.
But
Well,
still.
I mean, at least it's not Walter that's taking these pins, but I mean,
Yeah.
still, like, the women's champions. That's interesting. Like they're like all up in each other's business on every show.
Yeah,
right now.
and I mean, that's probably the most well-written part of this whole invasion.
Because the others, it seems like they're kind of iffy, but with the women, it's like they are constantly on each other.
Yes, a Big E. Yep, it was a Big E Langston figure, an old school one.
Mm-hmm. The Lana story still exists, unfortunately.
I feel like by not giving that attention, we're doing the right thing.
I understand.
All right, let's not talk
I
about it.
understand that. That was literally all the noteworthy things on Raw. The bad, the ugly, and
The
horrific,
good
you know?
match, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it ended in no contest, so I mean, you could
Okay, match.
watch. Yeah. You could appreciate it for what it was, but that was Raw in a nutshell. That was an entire 3-hour show in a nutshell right there.
Yeah.
I mean, we could mention that there was a women's tag team match, but that also ended in a no contest or a disqualification or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it was a roll-up victory after Baszler interference. You know, it was what it was. I mean, yeah, that's basically it for Raw. Shall I roll into NXT?
Let's roll into NXT.
Okay. Essentially, the entire women's roster was attacked by Bayley backstage, slowly but surely. She destroyed everybody. It was a big mystery till the end, and then like, guess she took credit for all those attacks on Twitter, and so it's like, oh my, Bailey destroyed the whole. Most of the War Game teams are finalized now.
Except for there's
Mostly.
one last remaining participant on the men's.
Yeah. And
Which-
I guess Baszler's fourth member is going to be Kylie Ray from NXT UK, maybe? Because she came out in a
Kylie Ray. Who?
Kylie, shoot, not Kylie Ray.
I'd say Kylie Ray.
No.
I got to like, did they edit that part out of the Hulu version? I mean, come on.
No, dang it, what is her name? The NXT Women's Champion or whatever. It's similar. Dang, I can't think of it to save my life. I'm gonna have to actually Google it. Yeah. That's right. Please stand by, as I don't know my women's wrestlers anymore. It was.
If I was not still battling all the illnesses that come with the weather, I'd be doing something more entertaining for you folks right now.
Kaylee Ray.
Okay.
Kaylee Ray.
Because if it's like,
Kaylee Ray. Yeah, no.
because
no,
I watched
my bad.
I watched the Hulu version of it the next day.
Right.
You know, because
Yeah,
you can only get
the
AEW
UK
once.
Women's Champion, Kaylee Ray. Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's going to be the fourth member because she ran interference for Io Shirai in the ladder match, so Shirai won. So Baszler's team gets the advantage at War Games. And I guess they're doing another ladder match next week to determine the men's advantage. So that's the basic nuts and bolts of that. That was my big thing was the women's team got advantage. The war game teams are basically announced except for one member of the men's good guy team.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And we might have to that may if they don't answer it next week on NXT, that may have to be part of the
Part of the
giveaway.
prediction.
So if you're watching right now and you're didn't place or didn't win, yeah, just
Yeah. Try again.
we'll set up the prizes next week to see what we have room for. Unfortunately, this kind of only have two sizes of T-shirts. That will change after the Black Friday sale, so keep that in mind.
So, would you like me to touch on SmackDown real quick? You said
Yeah,
you wanted to go into AEW.
Yeah, let's start on
I
SmackDown.
will
With
touch on tonight's
AEW,
SmackDown. Mm-hmm.
with AEW, we got a whole lot to talk
Right.
about.
I will touch on tonight's SmackDown, and the only things that jumped out at me, the men's Survivor Series team on SmackDown side, Ali and Shorty G
Dear
were
God.
added to the. Yeah, they beat Rude and Ziggler.
Oh God!
Qualified
I
for
just
the
thought of
team.
something.
What's that?
They could call that team Borat because it's Ollie G.
Yeah.
Team Borat, everybody.
Well, Team Borat beat Rude and Ziggler to qualify to be a Survivor Series. So.
Good for them.
And the Universal title is now blue.
I guess that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it'd be kind of weird if it was red on the blue brand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt was at the Funhouse and he was just like, "It's blue now." I was like, "Okay, that's fine." Yeah, that was the biggest takeaways from SmackDown. Oh, NXT women invaded and they had like a 4-on-4. There was a lot of let's start a match, let's interrupt it. Baszler interrupted Bayley again. Shenanigans, but no
Yeah.
big takeaways besides those. So
Yeah.
that is WWE this week, essentially. Building towards War Games and Survivor Series.
And
And NXT UK sucks.
And I'm hopefully going to be able to catch TakeOver in my hotel room next week.
Yeah.
Survivor Series, we'll do predictions next week. It'll probably just be other than AEW. It'll be just a giant prediction show. But unfortunately, Survivor Series, it's kind of the time where you see some good interbrand matches
Mm-hmm.
with just the bragging rights, which I get to a point having the bragging rights.
Mhm.
It's like when the Cardinals and the Cubs play, sometimes it's just for bragging rights.
Right.
When
Ooh, excuse me.
sometimes it's for playoff positioning, sometimes that championship, but sometimes it's just straight up that it's a rivalry and you want to take it home for your city or your school or whatever.
Right.
So I don't completely hate it, but the downside of it is there are really no high stakes in that other than the bragging rights. Great matches have come out of that, but the last two great Brock Lesnar matches have come at Survivor Series.
The championship matches, there are matches for the WWE and Universal Championship, though. Instead of doing... Yeah. Ray versus Brock and Fiend versus Daniel Bryan. Mm-hmm. So there are two championship matches.
They really.
I assume that means Adam Cole will just be part of Team NXT on them. And
it is weird that they're just going back to Hero Daniel Bryan again.
Yeah.
It's kind of after 6 months of being psychotic Tumblr vegan, he's back to just being swell, good old Daniel Bryan again.
Yeah. Wyatt had to face somebody. I mean, it could have been Roman Reigns.
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I feel bad that Daniel Bryan's become fodder for the Fiend, but
right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And the secondary championship 3-way match is going to be amazing, or it should be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, kind of what.
Right. You got freaking Nakamura and Styles again,
and Roderick.
You got Roderick Strong in there to help.
Somebody, AJ might be several different colors of red by the end of this.
Oh yeah,
one.
yeah. So let's talk about with AEW.
Yes. Well, let's start with Full Gear. Let's just go all the way back. What did you think of the show? We'll kind of touch on the matches, but what did you think of the show overall?
Overall, it was solid. It wasn't like the most wow show I've ever seen, but because you had your ups and your downs. But overall, it was solid. Like, my wife was like, "Did you have a great time?" And I was like, "Well, I had a good time. I mean, it was a solid show. It's like I couldn't say, well, that was terrible and I wasted my time.
Yeah.
So I would say it was not quite right in the middle, a little higher, but solid show.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Maybe a 7.
I'd give it a little better than that. I'd give it maybe a 7.5. Maybe an 8. I'd say the only match that was I couldn't get into on there was I could kind of get into everything. There was at least something I liked in every match.
Yeah.
Like, even the match that I liked the least, which was probably the Spears-Janela match, still had Tully doing the spike pile driver off the stairs, which I thought was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought match of the night was definitely Proud and Powerful versus the Bucks. Number 2 was Jericho and Cody.
Mm-hmm.
The match that I thought would be really, really good, but ended up kind of underwhelming me was Omega and Moxley.
Oh, that was... Yeah. That was what it was, I guess. We'll say that. I mean, it was what it was. I mean, if you're into...
Yeah. I mean,
Scooter Boy comes to mind.
Yeah. There's going to be a whole 7 people that get that reference.
Yep. Yeah.
The way I can describe, I think of that match, it wasn't a bad match. I think it went too long. I feel like...
Yeah, I did.
When they brought the giant fucking barbed wire out.
Yeah.
That, if it would have just ended there, I would have just been like, okay, that was fine.
Right.
I thought the mouse traps were a little too over the top, but, whatever, it's...
Especially when he, rolled over and putting his hands in
it's a party.
Snap more. Right.
I did appreciate the callback that the glass was from the table that Omega went to.
Yeah. Totally.
I thought that was good storytelling.
Yeah.
But just, if that would have been, One-Winged Angel, no, reverse into...
Right.
What is it? It's not Dirty Deeds anymore. What is it called now?
Paradigm Shift.
Paradigm Shift. They both go through. Moxley covers them in the barbed wire, and then they both kind of but they're both dead in the barbed wire, so who really won?
Right, exactly. You win, and then they just kind of cut off with them both laying in the barbed wire.
Yeah, like that. If it would have just ended there, it would have been like, okay. I do feel that like there's still possibility for this storyline to continue. Since that match was lights out, unsanctioned, not counting towards records.
Well, you could bitter about that.
Moxley, you could have like a match. You could have a good main event on Dynamite with here's a wrestling match and this one counts, and then Kenny could win that one.
Right.
And then down the road, maybe at Double or Nothing, you could have like a cage match or a ladder match where it's like here's a more hardcore match, but this match is going to count.
Right.
So there's a lot of different directions you could go into with that.
Oh, is he back to Mustafa all week?
Oh, cool.
That's good.
But still, he was. That's the Borat team because it's Ali G still.
I mean, you're right. NXT UK is not going to be at Survivor Series, but it's still just kind of sad.
They really explained to you where they're at in the pecking order and stuff.
It's like you're not on television.
You and 205 Live can just fuck off.
Well, 205 is kind of getting absorbed by NXT, though.
Right. So now we go to Dynamite. And on Dynamite, the first hour of it really drug to me. Like, it was just kind of, I mean, like, I get it. Like, it wasn't like bad writing. It was just kind of like, They featured Nyla. She had a strong win. They kind of they hit their bases with what they featured, the talent they need to feature.
I agree. And most of my notes were, this is happening next week.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, before I forget, because it happened on Dynamite too, so I guess I kind of forgot about it. Pac and Hangman had a really... That was definitely my number 3 match, just because they did a really just...
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they had a really, really solid match. Maybe not a, 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome match, but I'd say it was a pretty damn good match. I'd say it was number 3 on the night. On the comic show, I always list my top 3 thing, from the week before. So top 3 matches from an AEW pay-per-view. Those are my top 3.
The triple threat tag was good, but not great.
I couldn't. I mean, he had some good stuff, but I couldn't really get into it. Britt Baker, I'm still not feeling her too much.
That was slow. Riho's match was really rough to get through till the end. It picked up near the end.
Riho's match is where it's like, I'm not into this. Something cool happens, like, I'm in. Then you kind of like, not doing this. Oh, something cool is happening again. Okay. Like, right as you're about to fade out of it, because it's like, I can't get into this, they do something like, I'm interested again.
It's kind of like every time Sakura was just beating the hell out of Riho. After a while, you're finally like, okay, I'm falling asleep. And then Riho would do something, and you're like,
that's my Riho.
Then you go back to being beat up by Sakura. The way I remember it.
They have a match. They have a match that I originally when they all came out, I'm like, oh god, this match. It was Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy versus the Dark Order.
Yeah, our favorite team.
And I'm just kind of like, I can't think of a match. Excuse me, guys. That I could care in AEW less about.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good little match. Probably the best match Dark Order, with the exception of the SCU match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's SCU.
Right.
Probably the best match they've had in AEW. And then they start doing this storyline afterwards of, they have all the Dark Order...
The
Creepers, demons, whatever. And they try to get Marco Stunt to join them. He refuses. They're all getting beat down, and we're like, what's going to happen? And a surprise, before we expected it, return of Luchasaurus.
His name is Luchasaurus.
Lucha's on a roll. Lucha's on a roll. I kid. But still, tremendous ovation. That I literally jumped out of my chair. I was kind of like, the whole time I'm kind of like here, like, rock order. Okay, that's not bad. Like, I'm kind of like, just kind of on my phone, paying attention, like, okay, this is as bad as I thought it would be. I'm not really into it. Luchasaurus, I'm dropping my phone. Yeah! I spilled my Truly over as I'm jumping up out of my chair.
It's the Luchasaurus.
It's Luchasaurus. And then we have the segment, the confrontation that I have been just waiting for since they announced the rosters. And they announced that MJF and Chris Jericho would both be on the same roster. Oh my God. First of all, MJF is... This just proves what genius MJF is. There's this old school philosophy that no matter how wrong you are, the bad guy must believe that they're right.
Mm-hmm.
And, Mick Foley used that. So many people have used that in the past. You could tell that no matter how, on whatever kind of fucking, from a storyline perspective, whatever kind of weird warped way of thinking MJF had, he believed he was right.
Of course.
And he does it with such conviction. Yeah. It's something you don't see a lot in wrestling today.
No.
And then the fun point, the way he was bashing Cody, you don't know him like I do. The real Cody doesn't care about any of you. So much so that all the Cody haters are like worshiping MJF as a god now. It's like, see, he's telling the truth. MJF's telling the truth. I don't know how I feel completely about that because I kind of don't like the... I feel like MJF should be getting fuck yous rather than...
Well, he is from the non-Cody haters.
But I feel... It's just kind of...
Well, you're going to have that, though.
Yeah,
That's just going to... Yeah.
But they're like, see... Like, they're biting into his last hook, line, sinker because they hate Cody.
Right.
It's like...
Every villain has his fans. Although they're not his fans. They're just anti-Cody fans.
Just like going on Reddit and listening to everybody talk about the truth.
Why do you go on Reddit? Why?
there's nowhere else to talk wrestling of any other time.
Ooh.
The ProWrestling.com message boards got shut down, and that's where I posted from 2002 to 2017.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Don't go to Reddit, children. There's
nothing. I only do the Squared Circle, AEW, and New Japan portions of Reddit. I don't go to any of the other portions of Reddit.
Matter. There's nothing there but misery and pain.
Here's all the reasons that MJF is shooting on Cody. I'm
geez.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, that's what he's doing. All right.
Yeah. Then we have the confrontation. And they keep going back and forth, I heard you want me to join the Inner Circle. Do you want to join the Inner Circle? Do you want me to join the Inner Circle? Do you want to join the Inner Circle? MJF says his piece about how the MJF, as good as it was, got overshadowed by Chris Jericho, saying we're both born in Long Island, we both
right.
devilishly good looks, we both love scarves. Come to think of it, I think your mom and dad got horny watching me beat up Juventud Guerrero years ago on WCW
right.
Saturday Night, and 9 months later your twerp ass popped out. Again, I mean the truly already spilt during the jump out chair moment. So, but the can fell down again after after that one. But yeah, just great segment. Then we have another wild brawl between the Young Bucks and Proud and Powerful in the backstage area.
Well, you left out Wardlow.
Oh yes, Wardlow made his debut, and
Cody attempted to take out MJF, and Wardlow appeared.
This is what makes me wonder.
Cody.
The little foreshadowing. This is a good thing that was brought up on Reddit.
Okay.
all these things that have happened, there has been like on Being the Elite, like a small subtle foreshadow, and something's happened. Flip Gordon warning Cody about MJF. That happened. Cody telling Sammy Guevara only hired you as a favor for Jericho. Cody said in his big, probably his equivalent of the That's Hard Times promo, whatever you can call it, that whenever the Elite and the Inner Circle meet, it will be a match beyond. Match beyond is what they used to call War Games.
Right.
And MJF kept saying Cody's a villain. So are those things foreshadowing the AEW version of War Games and possibly the debut of Marty Scurll?
Right.
This is pure speculation. But with everything else, and all the way down to in 2017, where they're, after the cease and desist and the Young Bucks are burning all of their Too Sweet stuff, they throw something to the fire that on the back of it says Final Battle 2018, and that was their final Ring of Honor show. So all the little subtle hints that are everywhere in Being the Elite, are we seeing more of that? And if it comes to the match beyond with Wardlow, I'm going to be full honest, I haven't seen any of his work. That's 7 guys in the Inner Circle now, theoretically. I still don't know if MJF is fully joined.
Right. I kind of doubt it. It makes more sense for him independently, loosely.
But if they have the match beyond,
right,
you could have, if it's 6, you could have MJF, Jericho, Proud and Powerful, Sammy Guevara, and Hager. And I guess that could go up against Cody, the Bucks, Kenny, Hangman, maybe Marty, if he debuts.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Maybe Dustin.
Yeah.
Marty and Dustin, and throw Wardlow in the match beyond. It'd be a 14-man match. That'd be crazy, but that's how you stand out.
Yeah. It could happen.
It could happen. Hangman, the rubber match between Hangman and Pac, really good match. Something else. The reason I didn't talk about it because it was at the beginning of the show, but I feel like it all needs to come together because it's going to be somebody might die in this match next week. Moxley destroys Michael Nakazawa, and basically says, "No one has the balls to challenge me." Yep. Darby Allin wins a 3-way match. That I just was not getting into. I mean, even with the people I like involved, I just wasn't really into it.
Right.
He accepts the challenge. So next week we have Jon Moxley and Darby Allin.
Yep.
Someone might die.
Probably Darby.
Probably. So.
But he'll be okay with it. He won't care. Just after that coffin drop on the apron against Cody.
Yeah, the
guy's just.
And
then all the duct tape.
Yeah. Him pretty much almost winning the match with no hands.
Yeah. I mean, lunatic.
Yeah, he's lunatic versus a lunatic. It's.
Yep.
It's gonna be crazy. They're teasing that Kenny Omega was. They do a sketch that said he's not medically cleared.
Yeah.
I believe that storyline. There's a lot of people up in arms saying like, "Oh, Kenny's hurt. I'm like, they wouldn't have emphasized there at the end that you're not clear, but I cleared Moxley, if it wasn't storyline to me.
Makes sense.
I don't know, but
even if he is hurt, I mean, okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be hurt.
Well, I understand that, but I would think if he was, it'd be something semi-superficial.
Yeah, I think that's.
So
I feel like that's, maybe by losing this match, this is where Kenny refines the cleaner. But yeah, that's pretty much it this week,
No. What about the main event of Dynamite? The tag team championship.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
Scorpio Sky pinned
Yes!
Chris Jericho.
Yes, I almost forgot about that.
Handed him his first official loss.
And even better, now that you've jogged my memory, Jericho, speaking of WCW, had the classic tantrum at the end of it, complete with hitting the chair up against the post. Honestly, I feel like I think Scorpio Sky would be a good challenger for Jericho.
Yeah.
Maybe on Dynamite.
Yeah. Oh, I reckoned. Yeah.
And I thought,
kind of like Darby. Yeah.
And now that
I mean, they're only playing on 4 pay-per-views a year, so
yes,
it's good.
well, but now that SCU has done something to embarrass the Inner Circle,
Yeah.
by beating their leader in the
Yep.
middle of the ring,
Yep.
that might lead the rest of the Inner Circle to try and hate on, attack SCU,
Mhm.
which could lead to Proud and Powerful winning tag titles.
Right.
Which
right.
I'm a big mark for the villain stable having all the titles.
Right.
This would be a good way
It'd
to
make
do
more
that.
sense for Proud and Powerful to win than Jericho and Guevara. You've literally never teamed.
Exactly. Proud and Powerful win that. We have Jericho's champion. There's this battle royal that they're doing for some kind of ring. I don't know what that's going to be like, but it's the battle royal, and then the last two are going to have a match. That's cool. I don't know if that's going to be like a one-off, kind of thing for an accomplishment, or if the ring's going to be treated like a title.
Right.
We'll find that out in the coming
Gotcha.
weeks. And yeah.
Seems like everything they do has purpose, at least for now.
Yes. So who knows?
So yeah, that's
This might be our shortest episode ever, despite there being a lot of content.
that's surprising. We have more to talk about than we have on some shows.
Yeah. Well, when we ignore Jedi, when we ignore what is just not worth talking about.
Yeah.
When we talk about something that is good, when we talk about something that is worth talking about, instead of talking about garbage like what was a year ago one of the most popular acts in the company literally being turned into a cock.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in the ironic that, you look weak against a woman, you're a cuck. None of that fucking macho bullshit slander.
Rusev looks like
Literally
a
a cuck! In the dictionary definition of the fucking word, cuck.
Picture Rusev.
Yeah.
It's not Rusev Day today.
When we just ignore the fact that the main roster, it's not as bad as it was 2 months ago, but it's nothing that I'm really.
Right.
It's nothing I'm like, oh, goody, Ross tonight.
Yeah. No.
It's,
That's not a thing.
and NWA's still tearing it up,
Awesome. Good for them.
Fun little throwback show, love it. It's just, when there's literally one show that we can get, at least 60% of our normal runtime out of, hey, why not?
Right.
Also, Ricky Morton, Canadian Destroyer again on the pay-per-view.
Yes, that happened.
Awesome.
Yes. I'm sure that's on YouTube. Go find it.
Go
if you
find
haven't
that. Man over 60 doing the Canadian Destroyer. But, yeah, that is, I believe we're going to put a bow in this.
There were at least two Canadian Destroyers on that show. Neither one of them led to a pin.
Canadian Destroyer is the new Super Kick, which is the new DDT.
I can't even.
So, yeah, that is pretty much it for our show this week. We appreciate everybody for joining us. We appreciate everybody for entering the giveaway. And you winners, DM me on the social medias to claim your prize, and we'll get that out to you next week. We will be doing a takeover predictions giveaway similar to this one. Don't know if we'll be doing 3. We'll figure out the details. I only have 2 sizes of shirts, so we'll figure something out there. But yeah.
Stay tuned.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, give it a share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of pro wrestling, but from the world of gaming, anime, comic books, and all things geek culture. Go follow me on all my socials. Go like my Facebook page, facebook.com/athleticgeek89. Follow me on Twitter at athletic_geek89. Follow me on Instagram, athleticgeek89. Jedi, no social media because he's got kids, got a wife, he ain't got time for any of that bullshit. But if you got a question for him, just leave it in the comment section below. Or comment on the social media. He'll get back to you at some point in time. But for Jason Kruger, I'm the Athletic Geek. We are just 2 marks. We're out. Have a good one.